Today I choose to follow you.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 4th of July, and American Day of Independence. Here's a decent cup of coffee to start the day. If you have your Bibles, turn to Romans 8:35 and I think 37. Romeine 8:35 en dan 37. It says, "Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will tribulation or trouble or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword?" And verse 37 says, "But in all these things we overwhelmingly conquer through him who loved us." I want to start at the back and work my way back up towards the top part. And, well, it's a time of reflection. It's a time of just being quiet and thinking back on a half year that was and a half year that lies ahead full of potential. And how am I going to overwhelmingly conquer, not just scrape in, not just win on points, but knock the opposition out, knock that which life throws at me back onto its own back out of troubling me? How can I overwhelmingly conquer? Through the love of God. It's God who loves me. It's God who seeks me when I move away from him. It's God who sought me while I was a sinner, while I was helpless, while I was in rebellion. It's the love of God that gave me my existence. All life comes from God. And as he formed us in our mother's womb, he dreamt over us. He had potential. He saw the potential that he placed in us. He's got plans and dreams, and he knows what each and every single one of us has, which is unique, which is special just for each one of us. And the Lord decided to give the world your life, to give mankind the opportunity to have you as part of it. And what shall separate us from that love? And then he gives that incredible list, which I just want to say to you, nothing can separate us from the love of God. And won't you just bask in that? There's so many questions. There's so many things that we doubt. There's so many things that we don't understand. There's so many people around us that do things that make us question humanity, make us question whether God had the right idea of making man. There's so many things that hurt us, that bring despair, that bring despondency, and I know I sometimes miscommunicate, and I sometimes don't come up to your expectations, and I sometimes am the one who causes you to doubt whether can you ever trust a pastor? And is the church worth the time and the effort and the money and I want to suggest today that we focus on the love of God as our base. What can separate us from the love of God? Will tribulation or trouble or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword? Well, nothing can separate us. God initiates our breathing, our forming in our mother's womb with love. And given the chance, he'll love us until he comes to fetch us or we die. However, we reunited with him for eternity. The thing that carries from pre-birth to eternity is love. And let that be the main focus. And may that be the main drive. So as I think back on the year that was, I think there was love, there was love, there was love, there was love, there was love. And as I focus on the next year, on the next half year and the next year, how can I love? How can love make the difference? How can I show the love of God? How can I mirror, I who was made in the image of God, how can I mirror the love of God? The other aspects and the other answers and to questions that people have, I don't know, but God is love. I can't tell you why that happened to you, but God is love. See that, know that, and accept that as what will get you through, what will eventually make sense to the questions you have. There's quite a long philosophical discussion. Maybe you need a second cup of coffee to work through that one, but I trust you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. May the Lord bless you.